What's up, party people? It's Jonathan Higbee here, and this is the very first street photography tip video in my new series. And you can tell it's so important and big to me because I dressed up in my gala wear. But in all reality, this is I'm aiming this to be a casual series, more about the philosophical side of street photography and less about the technical, but you never know how it will evolve. To begin with, please give me a subscribe and a like, even before you watch this video. And let us know in the comments after you watch it how you feel. And maybe I'll do more advice videos based on feedback. But for now, let's get started with this series. And what better way to get started with a street photography tips series than with how to get started in street photography. So I get emails all the time and DMs all the time from people who have been observing street photography and liking it online for a while, and they want to know how they can start becoming a street photographer. And I love it. I think the genre is more popular now than it's ever been. It's exploding, and I personally think that's a great thing. I know a few people, including a few friends, who are turned off by the fact that it's just exploded in popularity, but I think it's so fantastic. So I think it's also important to say that street photography is the most democratic art form we have available to us right now. What that means is almost everybody always has a camera with them in their pocket, and everybody who has a camera with them is participating in life in a community. I guess unless someone was buried with a camera, which I guess that might be something I could be interested in, but I get ahead of myself. So you have a camera, you participate in life. How can you combine those two things into a passion for street photography, for making it? And I think the first, foundationally, the unsexy tip is to learn how to use your camera. If it's your phone, which it most likely is, which is totally okay, learn how to use your camera app, your favorite camera app. Learn it to where you can use it in your sleep. Make sure that you can take a picture of whatever you want to capture without thinking too much about the settings or where they are on the screen or on the camera body itself. Learn how to make your camera or camera app an extension of your body. That is probably the most important, and that's also probably the most boring, but it's true. Because especially in street photography, but in all genres of photography, especially in street, you don't want to be distracted from the moment because you're fiddling with your settings. So that is probably, unfortunately, the number one tip I have for getting started in street photography. Okay, so let's say you know the camera like your camera like the back of your hand. Fantastic. Now, street photography is, to me, just broadly all about life and humanity. It's super broad, and that's another thing I love about street photography. So if you are getting started in street photography, you simply should just take pictures, capture moments in your day that remind you how much you appreciate life. That, I think, is my number one impetus when I take a picture is, oh, and it's so cliche, I know, but it's true. My number one impetus when I take a picture is, holy crap, I love life. I can't believe this moment is happening. Isn't life beautiful? And it works for me. I mean, there are always underlying or additional or augmented reasons for why I press the shutter. But to begin with, and how I began, just whenever you feel moved by a moment, no matter the quality of the emotion it makes you feel, whenever you feel moved by a moment, make a picture. And that is the best entry gateway drug into street photography, is that start just by beginning to observe life around you and how it makes you feel, and those moments that make you appreciate being alive and being a part of humanity this day and age. From there, once you kind of develop that sense, that innate urge to celebrate life through a work of photography, then you begin to develop your own style and your own voice and start to pursue different avenues of themes and topics that interest you. But this is just for getting started into street photography. So there you have it. Learn the camera like the back of your hand so you can be in the moment. That's an important addition to that. Be in the moment. And to do that, don't worry or fuss around with your camera. 2, be sure to capture, observe, capture moments that remind you how much you appreciate life. And I think from there, you will be very happy with how your street photography practice evolves. I think that's a great foundation to lay for a bustling and beautiful street photography career, or even for an exciting Instagram gallery. So if you have any questions about this video in particular, please leave them in the comments down below. If you have questions about a future topic that I can tackle philosophically, please also let me know. Subscribe right here. I'm going to be doing these videos pretty regularly, and that's obviously the best way to be alerted. And until then, I hope you go out and make pictures that you're proud of, and that show off your unique perspective and voice. And please, if you can, share any pictures that you new to street photography are making with me, any way that you can find. I'd love to see work, and I think it's really beautiful, especially that beginning, that nascent part of someone's street photography eye. So I hope you all are well. All right, peace out, party people.